Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, who came to us in the persons of Master Fard Muhammad, and I bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is indeed thine exalted Christ. And I furthermore indeed bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is our big brother, warner, friend, leader, teacher, and guide. We greet you all in the nation, greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of Brother Albert Muhammad and the Let Us Make Man family, as always, family, we continuously thank you for your support. We thank you for taking a few moments of your time to watch the videos, read our posts, support our cause, our efforts in the plight of the Black community. We could never thank you enough. We want to take some time with you, family, to deal with this particular session, because in all honesty, this so happened to happen in an untimely fashion. In other words, it interfered with our normal program, with what we were scheduled to be doing, which was really the secret relationship between Blacks and Jews, part 2. However, when they plan or when we plan, Allah is indeed the best of planners. Now listen to me clearly. Before I even get started with this session, let me make 2 clear points. The first point is, by no means are we attempting to defend the late Michael Jackson. We believe that our brother did a hell of a job in defending himself. The second point is, by no means are we doing this to slander, throw rocks, or insult our dear sister, Oprah Winfrey. The only question that we have, why? Oprah, why? And as we stated, at the end of this session, you will know exactly what her motives is and why she's doing what she's doing. If history corrects me, Michael Jackson left here in 2009. It's 2019. That means it's been 10 years since Michael Jackson has been absent. Oprah don't need money. This can't be about money. As far as Oprah is concerned, there is an alternative motive. She made that clear. Because when she decided to move out on this thing, if you follow it, she said distinctively, I know I'm going to catch some slack for this, but hell, I'm going to do what I want to do because I'm Oprah Winfrey, right? And Leaving Neverland, which is the documentary that was released over the weekend. Black people, please listen. I'm just your little brother. I'm your friend. By no means am I trying to position myself to be anything other than that. And I have to constantly repeat that. But when God puts something in you, family, you got to move out on it if you believe in whatever God put in you. I don't care what it is. Right? You have to bear with me on this because I want to make sure that I drive this nail straight. right? This Leaving Neverland documentary came out or was premiered over the weekend by HBO. Now, mind you, for some apparent reason, it didn't get, to my knowledge, as much attention that one might have thought it would to after the fact. Is when it came across me and a few of my associates, right? HBO, right? There are two individuals in this particular documentary. Wade Robinson, 36, and James Safechuck, 40, allege that Jackson molested them when they was boys. What's the key word? Allege. Right? Now, if you follow the post that we put up relevant to this situation, the same two people that just currently made those alleged allegations were the same two people that came to Michael Jackson's defense. They testified for Michael Jackson. See? Those same two men, 10 years ago. Now, what is the difference between 10 years ago, 2009, and 2019? I'm going to tell you what the difference is. Michael Jackson is dead. And one of them had the audacity to say, I still feel bad because I let him down. Listen good, because I'm going to tell you something straight. What's really happening, they're trying to set the stage for this government to come after our man, Farrakhan. You will see what I'm talking about. Hang in there for a few seconds. See? We are taught in our supreme wisdom, there's a question. Can the devil fool a Muslim? The answer would be no, not nowadays. But the key in that is a Muslim. And who is the devil? What is devil? If we are taught by God in the person of Master Fard Muhammad through his chief student, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and through the Christ today, the honorable minister Louis Farrakhan, that the devil was made from the original man, grafted. So that means with inside the original man, you have what? Devil. Only a damn devil or a witch could conquer something like this against a dead man that in actuality opened up his world to her. After she worked almost 8 years to be able to sit with our brother, Michael Jackson. And he finally opened his world to Oprah Winfrey. See? She claims, Oprah Winfrey, that due to her past history and experience with child molestation, that it prompted her to push forward when HBO was content with the documentary. Well, why was HBO content with the documentary? Because HBO and like any other of these syndicates would not invest their time in nothing unless it's going to be profitable. Do you understand? So HBO was content. But Oprah Winfrey was not content. Oprah Winfrey said, no, we need to find out. Watch where I go with this. Because I'm coming back to R. Kelly, goddammit. See, this is what happens when you don't contain your emotions. This is what happens when you get hook, line, and sinked into some BS. Because you move on emotion, and this is why black people all over the world are all ran over. So, Oprah Winfrey, in her quest to pursue this, because she said somebody had to help Michael Jackson do these things. So she's not satisfied with the reality that Michael Jackson beat his own case before his death. So now that Michael Jackson is dead, she wants to find somebody else within his circle to charge them with this said allegations. See, allegations is something that has no proof to it. Somebody can allege something anytime against you and I, and if it sounds good, it'll stick, right? So these two white boys who 10 years ago, when Michael Jackson was present on trial for child molestation, right? They testified and said none of these things were true. Why did they change? Man, that's a simple, come on, y'all know. Ain't no mystery gods. We don't believe in no mystery gods, right? Oprah Winfrey pursued them two individuals and somehow or another persuaded them to sit down and tell their story. But hell, their story don't amount nothing to me because Wade Robinson, who's now 36, and James Safechuck, who is 40, alleges Michael Jackson molested them like they all did. But the court of law said there was no substantial proof to convict that man. Now, I grew up as an avid fan of Michael Jackson, who was my idol in my youth, right? Not only that the brother was talented, meaning Michael Jackson, what you didn't know or may not have really realized when you were dealing with Michael Jackson, you were dealing with a god, man. You were dealing with a god. He came up in a strong family background, but they tried to make it seem like the family was full of turmoil, that the father was so abusive, but yet that man, Joseph Jackson, built a dynasty. Let's talk about Oprah in a minute. What dynasty is she building? We're going to go there. Rise above emotions into the thinking of God. So don't think by no means is your little brother getting emotional. A lot of times, if not most of the times, when I turn it up like this, that there's a God on the inside saying, give it to him as it is, brother. Don't worry about how they feel or what they say. God damn it, give it to them. Raw, uncut. That's how we do it on the Let Us Make Man program. And if you've been around, then you're well aware of it. If you're just coming on board, then you're going to take it the way it is, however it comes to you. But I'm not apologizing for truth. I will acknowledge any wrongdoings or misinterpretations if that be the case. But we're taught to deal with actual facts. So the only way you can deal or bring forth actual facts, you have to dig deep into your studies and information resources. But hell, this is not complicated at all. Because Oprah Winfrey made it clear what her motives was, and she didn't give a damn about what you felt as a fan of Michael Jackson or what the family felt as family members. I recall listening to an interview in the 90s that Michael Jackson did. Michael Jackson explained in detail why he felt more comfortable dealing with children. Michael Jackson made it clear he never slept with anybody's child in the sense that they have painted it to be. But because we made it clear at the beginning of this that we're not trying to defend Michael Jackson on this. What we want to do is expose Oprah Winfrey for the true witch that she is. Again, this is not about slander or baby talk, using baby language, putting somebody. No, this is facts. Because only somebody that has a wicked mind and a dark soul would do something like this. When this man, meaning Michael Jackson, opened his world up to Oprah. See, Oprah is a very intelligent human being. She came from the dark side like many of us. So she knows the struggle. And once she's been victimized, and I'm not talking about sexual abuse as a child. I'm not talking about that level of being victimized. I'm talking about being victimized and being put down from many doors that closed on her. That she made her oath that as soon as one door should open, that she would make it possible that no door would be able to close on her. She would become the boss, the power woman. Listen, man. Listen to what I'm saying. Right? See, Oprah knows exactly what she's doing. First is surviving R. Kelly. 23 years after the man was charged, found not guilty, and now being arrested for new documents and all this other stuff behind a documentary that Negroes participated in putting together to destroy their own, because many of us are so black-hearted and unforgiving. How in the hell you tell me you bear witness to any kind of God? If any God or whatever God you bear witness to is all forgiving and merciful, then where's your mercy at, if there's any at all? See? So R. Kelly has been put back out there. Now he's fighting for his life, let alone the allegations or the charges, whatever the case may be. Right? Grandma said you make your bed, you lay in it. So inshallah, that brother will get through whatever he's dealing with. But oftentimes our people tend to assist our open enemies in laying us down and burying us alive, just to see our suffering and pain over something that is alleged. So you got two individuals who 10 years later, after testifying in court that the charges that was alleged against Michael Jackson wasn't true, which was a major part of his winning his case, only to come back when the man is dead and gone and is not here to defend himself. And I'm not even sure, to be perfectly honest with you, that even if Michael Jackson was present, that he would even entertain this type of foolishness. Because that's what it is. See? Oprah Winfrey said in her history, She was molested as a child by her cousin and uncle and a family member as a young girl. So now she's pulling this out of the woodwork. She's selling you something. Man, y'all got to listen to this for a minute. Bear with your little brother. See, Farrakhan is raising saviors out of us. Farrakhan is not raising foolish men and women. Farrakhan is raising saviors out of us. We wouldn't be able to speak and talk the way we talk if not for following the Jesus of the day. You could take it or let it alone, because I'm telling you straight up, there's no way possible that I would have the heart and the audacity and the testicles to stand here and speak with the strength if not for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Take it or let it alone. You follow what I'm saying? Oprah Winfrey said she was molested by her cousin, her uncle, and a family member. Check this out. Then she went on to say, now mind you, Oprah Winfrey is pulling this stuff out of the dark now because she wants to support what she's doing. She's playing on your emotion. We got a brother that made a comment. The comment, first of all, let me say this to anybody that's listening. You have the sole right to express your views and opinions based on anything that we post, based on any video that we drop. But I will say this. If you come at us to the left, super ignorant, with foul language, I promise you, we will delete you and block you from our circumference, which is 24,896 miles, approximately 25,000 miles in circumference. So to stand in our circumference, you better come right and exact and speak the God language. Don't use the baby language and talk foolish and ignorant. We're just not going to entertain it. Debating with you is foolishness. We're not into that. You got many men and women that's built for that kind of stuff. We're not built for that. The sole purpose of what we do here on the Let Us Make Man family program is simply this, is to do all that we can to help the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan deliver the 17 million more dead to the Lamb of God, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, as well as providing our people who are not in the Nation of Islam with the most accurate information possible. That's what the Let Us Make Man program is built on. That's what it's based on. It ain't based on little brother Albert trying to blow up and be this internet sensational. No, sir. It's based on sharing what little wisdom that I have gained from being up under the bosom of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Cut and dry. Set the record straight, man. So you know, you ain't dealing with no foolish little brother of yours here, man. Allah blessed me with almost 26 years walking under the bosom of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and soldiering in the ranks of the Nation of Islam. There's not a greater ranks or better ranks for me, I can speak for me, to soldier in than the Nation of Islam, man. I'm just speaking for, I can't speak for anyone else. Oprah Winfrey went as far as to say, she said this molestation began, listen, at the age of 9, at the age of 10, at the age of 11, at the age of 12, at the age of 13, and then 14. Now check the amount of years that Oprah Winfrey allowed herself to endure such an abuse. Then she said her reasons for not saying anything because she was persuaded by the culprits, or one or two of the culprits, that, well, if you say anything, it's going to come off like you was a willing participant. Now, you're only 9. You're only 10. You're only 11, 12, 13, 14. At what year, Oprah, goddamn, do you say something to somebody? Not 40 to 50 years later to justify destroying your dead brother only to try to take somebody else now because he's gone. This is what black people have to face. We open ourselves up to these people. When Oprah Winfrey came on deck in the 80s, her first show was full of white people. Did you not get the message then? If Oprah Winfrey was so concerned about child abuse and children being victimized, who's in a better position than Oprah Winfrey to make a difference throughout black America, man? Talk to me. We got to stop allowing ourselves to be hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, and ran amok. I'm not quoting it, man. I'm just telling you what it is, man. It's this foolishness that keeps us separated and divided. So when God is present, we are blinded by the smog. So we can't see clearly. Many of us didn't even realize during Savior's Day 2019, we wasn't listening to Louis Farrakhan. We was listening to Jesus, man. You thought you was listening to Louis Farrakhan. You were not listening to Louis Farrakhan. You were actually listening to Jesus, your Savior, man. In this millennium, in this day, in this hour, Farrakhan. See? So, I'm near closing this out, family. I'm not going to be here all day with you. But because this came out spontaneously, I had to deal with this. Listen to this. You know, let me tell you what's going on, family, with Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey ties is so deep into the social equality of the Caucasian here in North America and throughout Europe. See? How many of you are aware or know who Harvey Weinstein is? Harvey Weinstein. There's a picture on our page. Let me see if I can turn this around for a second. So I want to show you something. Many of you probably already seen this. I don't doubt that. But watch this. Listen. Hold on for a second. That is Harvey Weinstein, right? How many know who that is? Oprah invited herself to judge Michael Jackson with no proof, right? But with proof has stayed quiet in regards to Harvey Weinstein, a Jew. What a coincidence. I want you to see. This is Harvey Weinstein. Look how she embraced Harvey Weinstein. Now, below this picture is a picture when Michael Jackson decided that he would open up to Oprah. So here is Michael Jackson sharing some quality time with Oprah. Look at her. Look at the difference. Harvey, Michael. Harvey, Michael. Both of these individuals were charged with sexual battery. Harvey Weinstein is 66, right? Harvey Weinstein is a highly acclaimed movie mogul, right? Harvey Weinstein is a highly acclaimed movie mogul. That means a very important person in the movie industry, in the film industry, and things of that nature. Harvey Weinstein, bear with your little brother, pleaded not guilty, to 5 felony charges, including, let me repeat that. Harvey Weinstein pleaded not guilty to 5 felony charges, including, so including means add on, addition, right? Including predatory sexual assault and rape in connection with 2 women, separate incidents. Harvey Weinstein, right? These charges was dropped on Mr. Weinstein back in December the 18th. 2018 is when he received his indictment. So when Mr. Weinstein went to court for the indictment, he had some black lawyers now. So the lawyers was overconfident that they would have the charges dropped right there. But guess what? The judge that heard or was hearing that indictment charge decided to pursue and not drop the charges because his name was Harvey Weinstein, and he is a highly acclaimed film mogul or whatever. He big in the industry, real big, right? So the information that we're sharing is based on documentations from December the 18th, 2018. Then he went to court to hear his indictment just recently in March 2019. We don't know the outcome as of yet, right? Now, here's Oprah Winfrey, who embraces a Jew. And not that he's a Jew, but he is a Jew. Weinstein, that has been charged with predatory sex assault, sexual assault, and rape. So God, he took what he wanted. Harvey did it, right? He took what he wanted. Why ain't Oprah talking about Harvey? Come on, man, you and I know why. See? Why did the R. Kelly situation came back so swiftly and blew so fast? Come on, man. Y'all don't really see. Because they want you to stay distracted. Stay worried about R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, who is a dead man. While Harvey Weinstein escapes through the back door. Bill Cosby is in his 80s. He was charged with sexual battery and assault for charges that was over 30 to 40 years ago, give or take. Bill Cosby is currently in prison. Bill Cosby was a billionaire, just like Harvey Weinstein. Why didn't Oprah come to Bill's case, man? What is it about black people when they become billionaires and rich that they forget and don't give a damn about you and I? Oprah built her business, her so-called history out of Chicago. How much love has she given to the poor part of Chicago, the struggling part of Chicago? Then you got the nerve, some of you out there, to question the work of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in the Nation of Islam in Chicago, when Farrakhan has took the field himself on many different occasions, talking to young black men and women. Oprah hadn't took the field of Chicago and spent time with my youth, the so-called gangsters. Farrakhan, the Fruit of Islam, the MGT, GCC, and the Vanguards. We got women in our nation that's stronger than some of you coward-ass niggas with money. You don't want that drama, man. You rather sit behind closed door or behind your computer or your laptop and be this intellectual individual. But when we say put boots on the ground, you don't want to put boots on the ground. Oprah know damn well she wrong for what she's doing right now. But my question is, who in the hell she's trying to get arrested and locked up? She has a target on somebody. She definitely has a focus on somebody that was in the circle of Michael Jackson doing that ordeal or, that situation. So who is it that she's really trying to get at? Michael Jackson is dead and gone. So it ain't Michael Jackson that she's trying to get at. You follow me? Family, listen. Believe you me when I tell you, we are in that hour where this government is setting the stage and he's using our own people to come at the only savior, the only Christ that black people have that they can depend on and that they can count on. In America, the boldest black man in the world, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And the reason why I can say that is because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has warned us that this hour is nearing. And every time they wanted to oust a government, right? Every time they wanted to oust a government in any part of the world, they wait till the leader of that government become of age. And they take advantage of the naive youth that's in the streets of that government. Put drugs, guns, and money in the air. Drugs, guns, and money in the air. And it's not long before the government is toppled. Some of you may say, well, Farrakhan is all right, but he ain't the Jesus. Farrakhan is y'all man. We respect Farrakhan, but I'm not going to go that far. I'm not asking you to do that. We're not telling you to do nothing. We bear witness to what we believe. Huh? You have the choice to choose what you want to choose. But let me tell you something. The history has already been proven over 400 years and better. There is no mystery gods. God is and has always been a man. And God has visited every people that has suffered. See? God made it clear in the Bible that you love the most, that your people will be a slave in a land or a stranger in a land that is not of theirs. And they will suffer for 400 years. Then I would come. God said he would come. But the problem with black people in 2019, even back in 1930, they put the wool over your eyes and they plugged your ears up and fed you poison for over 400 years. So with that being said, it's virtually impossible for you to see that God actually came. In 1930, in the person of Master W.D. Fard Muhammad. And we have been waiting over 80 some odd years and counting for anyone to stand up and prove us wrong. How could a man with only or just a little of a third grade education, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, with just a third grade education, build a nation, a productive nation of black men and black women in a time when black people were just coming up out of slavery? It can only happen if that man had to meet with God. See? God met with Moses. See? The fire was so hot that he laid on Moses. But this Caucasian gave you a damn bush burning. And you felt for that. But you didn't see that the fire that he put on Moses was so hot that the people of Pharaoh drowned in their own iniquity. This is God speaking, man. This is the God speaking, man. See? When God came in 1930 in Black Bottom, Detroit, one of the most ratchet black communities in America, all he did was went door to door. I repeat, door to door, sharing with our people who they was. Because we lost the knowledge of who we were. See? And so God came and shared with us until he found that one. The scripture says, worthy is the lamb that looked like he'd been slain from the bottomless pits of the earth. The history says that when the most honorable Elijah Muhammad met with Master Farad Muhammad, he was so beat up that mud was covering his eyelids. That's how ratchet he was. When he met God, looking like he'd been slain from the bottomless pits of the earth. When Elijah Muhammad met God, and it didn't take him nothing to recognize who he was. Because Elijah Muhammad told Master Farad Muhammad, I know who you are. And Master Farad Muhammad instructed Elijah Muhammad, keep that to yourself for now. Because Master Farad Muhammad knew the condition of our people in the wilderness of North America. See, in the Bible it says, in the beginning was the Word. Right? The Word was God. The Word was with God. And the Word what? Became flesh. So how in the hell you bow down to a mystery God, man? How do you not equate yourself with the God within? How do you not recognize the power in yourself that ties you to the spiritual and the supreme God above self, within self? I had to go here. I didn't think I was going to go this far with this tonight. But I got to keep it 100. See? Because Oprah is not the only one among Black American billionaires that is working against our rise as a people. See, the thing with Oprah Winfrey is Oprah Winfrey thought, because she had the world ear, that her opinion and belief was gospel. So when she started this new documentary or this new chase for the so-called corporates that participated in these allegations, she just knew that you would buy into it because she has the world ear. So that means Oprah's word is gospel to those who believe in what she say. And there are many who believe it. There are many that believe that these two men, you and I don't know nothing about, Wade Robinson and James Chuck, was molested when they were young by Michael Jackson. It's a damn shame. The sad part about it is that man is dead and gone according to the records. Right? They want to bury R. Kelly. So why see, this is how This Caucasian uses us against each other. So now you got Oprah starting this stuff, and she know what she's doing. So it's going to distract you. So Harvey Weinstein can get off the hook with rape. The same way that the sitting president not only made the allegation, made the statement about pat her on the you-know-what, and he still win the seat of office. Not only did he say that, he refused to share his tax documentations, which is really public records. How in the hell do you not be held accountable for violating the law? Right? But if it's you and I miss 1 year filing, they be ready to lock the whole damn house up, including the babies. Am I lying? The question is, am I lying? If you mix your taxes 1 year, these crackers gonna give you hell. Here's a man that won the seat of office and made it clear, made mockery of not paying taxes for years, and refused to reveal his tax documentations or his records, tax information, however you want to term it. Use the professional language you know best. But to me, it's just simple tax documentations, information that he refused to reveal. So all this distraction, while we beat up on each other and beat each other down, God raised one from amongst us. Then he raised one and left one for us that's over 80 years old to this day. In the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You don't have to be a member of the Nation of Islam to see the truth and move out on truth. Separation is our only solution. We're being forced to separate. It's about to get darker than what it already is for black people in America. You ain't seen nothing yet. You think we paranoid. It's about to get dark for black America. All the public assistance that they're giving you, it's about to disappear. They're going to force you to do for self or die. You don't know what it is to sit and watch your babies die because you can't feed them. And if they shut down all your local supermarkets today, we would be ass out. We collectively. Because we in the ghettos or the inner cities of America don't have a pot to piss in, nor a window to throw it out. And I don't give a damn how much money you think you got. You don't have enough of money. Your money don't mean nothing when it all hit the fan. You will see that. Because you could probably eat the money, but at the end of the day, they ain't gonna do nothing but rip your insides out. See? With that being said, let me say this. If this is your first time, actually, because I see quite a few people I've never seen, we thank you so sincerely for taking a few moments to hear your little brother. And we pray a lot that we have said nothing to offend anyone. But we're taught to speak the truth regardless to the circumstances. And we believe that just about everything that we said tonight is based on truth and actual facts. Because Oprah Winfrey made it clear. In Lane's term, I know I'm going to catch hell for this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't give a damn what them po niggas say. That's basically it. Don't nobody want Oprah Winfrey to apologize. I can't speak for you, but in my personal take, I don't want Oprah Winfrey to apologize to me for no reason or anybody to that effect. What I pray for is that we as a people see the reality of what we're dealing with and what we face or what we're facing. and we begin to move and come up out of her bed of suffering and tyranny, and begin to set the stage for self. That's what I'm asking, or I'm praying that comes out of this tonight. Not for nobody to be emailing Oprah, writing Oprah, and all this other stuff. Let them be, man. Hell, let them have that. God told us we would be in this hour soon. We're in that hour, man. The self-hatred among black people is worse than it ever been since we've been on the planet. That's how bad we hate ourselves. We hate ourselves so much that we can see each other in the morning and won't say good morning, good evening, whatever your language is. Serious. Some of us are in mosques, churches, religious organizations, masjids. We pray 100 times a day and hateful as hell. You know I'm right. Pray 100 times a day, but hateful as hell. You won't even teach your little brother or sister how to pray because you want to be the one that know how to do it better or the best. Ignorant as hell. So we're suffering. We're in a dark hour. That's why Farrakhan is on deck, man. To bring us out of that triple state of darkness into the light of God, man. The light of doing for self. The light of self-sufficiency. You hear what I'm saying, family? I'm not telling you to praise or worship Farrakhan. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told you don't do that. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said we worship no God but Allah. The one the messenger represents to us. But we are thankful and we're humble and we are blessed for our big brother, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and we love Farrakhan to the death to us if it should go that way. That's what that is. The disciples loved Jesus that much. The Sahabas or the companions of Prophet Muhammad loved Prophet Muhammad that much. Moses' disciples loved him that much. Jacob's disciples loved him that much. So why you got a problem? Because we love Farrakhan that much. I'm telling you, man, Farrakhan is raising saviors. So if you think that the Nation of Islam is done or is not relevant, you're sadly mistaken. This white man gonna prove to you, because he's gonna keep treating you like garbage until you come home to the Nation of Islam and build your cities. Join the 10,000 fearless in your communities and take back your communities. I'm not talking about from the Arabs or the Chinese. I'm talking about for them crazy little Negroes that's shooting up the goddamn community and we ain't saying nothing about it. Some of you praise that foolishness. You call them gangsters and they believe that foolishness. We want to take the word gangsters out of their equations and introduce them to gods. Stop referring to them as gangsters. Let them black men know who they really are and what they really capable of. But if you continue to refer to them as gangsters, then they're going to think reckless and continue to be reckless as hell. So the 10,000 feelers is built for that. You understand what I'm saying? Don't think the Nation of Islam is to do it all by himself. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught, and I'm closing, that there's 17 million with the 17 million with the 2 million Indians makes it a total of 19 million all over the planet Earth, 4,400,000,000 black men and women across the planet. Across the planet. So don't think it's just our job. The Nation of Islam. We all have to come together. But the first thing is, we have to figure out these Negroes that done laid their bed or their head on this shoulder of this Caucasian. Because Oprah Winfrey is doing all that she can to defend her best friend, Harvey Weinstein, to the point where she got raised the dead up. That's how wicked that is. That's why only a witch can think like a witch is a wicked person. Somebody with a wicked mind, right? That would think like that and do something like that. She wants to protect Harvey Weinstein from his not speculations, not allegations, his actual rape charges. But because he's a big-time film mogul, he believed that he would get past that, like the president of the United States of America today, who still fondle women, who have a cabin full of nasty white men, who travel to foreign countries. Listen to this, and I'm closing. As I said, you have in your Senate and in your Congress white men and black who travel to foreign countries to sleep with children in 2019. Then they come back to America, playing the role as this self-guided or self-proclaimed politician that loves America. But they travel to foreign countries that have no laws to protect the children. And they pay to sleep with 9 years old, 8 years old, 11 years old, girls and boys. These are white boys and black boys that's in Congress, that's in the Senate seat right now. Why they got you so distracted worrying about R. Kelly and a dead man, Michael Jackson. This is what's really going on. Thank you for listening. I leave you as I came before you. And the nation greeted words of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum, Hotep, peace. One love.